He's still smiling when he says it's fine. That's the part that should scare you. A man is on his knees in a company restroom, blood pooling under him, promising he'll never say a word. And the man standing over him already knows he's lying. Knows it the way you know your own name. He's not angry about that. He's almost pleased, because now he gets to enjoy this. His name is Han Junwoo. To the office, he's just the guy from marketing who limps a little and hates overtime. To the man on the floor, he used to be a training partner, before a loss to a doped-up rival cracked something open in him and never closed back up. That man made the mistake of recognizing an old face today. He's about to find out what that costs. Han Junwoo drives a knee into him first. Then he grabs him by the hair, drags him toward the urinal, and slams his face into it. Once, twice, again, until the man isn't forming full sentences anymore, just pleading between the hits. Han Junwoo doesn't raise his voice once. When it's over, he looks down at what he's done and offers, almost gently, to pay for an implant, provided the man's still alive to need one. That's where this is going. Let's back up and get there properly. It starts in a boxing gym, 3 days earlier, with a kid getting his teeth rattled. Sejun's been sparring Do-yoon, and for once, Do-yoon's not the one struggling. He's staring at Sejun like he doesn't recognize him, because the punches coming back are landing harder than they should. Soo-hyun pulls Do-yoon off before the mood turns into something uglier than pride. Then she does something colder. She puts Jungho in the ring instead, and tells him to go at 80%. Jungho doesn't argue for long. He grins, cracks his neck, brags about being called the druggie killer back in his prime, then he stops holding back. The first hit is a blur. Sejun eats it clean, no guard up in time, and the sound alone makes Soo-hyun wince. He goes down. He gets back up. Jungho keeps coming, faster now, meaner, testing something none of them are saying out loud, whether Sejun can survive standing across from someone hitting like they're on the new drug. Whether he can take that kind of punishment and still function. He takes it. That's the good news. The bad news comes after. Sejun walks out of the ring feeling hollowed out. Weak in a way sparring alone shouldn't leave him. Soo-hyun doesn't say what she's thinking. She just tells him to go home and rest. He doesn't get the chance. Soo-hyun's phone rings. It's Joseph. Not about Hajin. About Jaesung. Somebody found him. He's in a hospital, and it isn't good. Sejun's changing out of his gym clothes before she's even finished the sentence. Here's who Jaesung is. Quickly, because it matters. He trained at the same gym as Han Junwoo years ago, back before Han Junwoo became someone else. He also happens to train at Ki Jiu-Jitsu now, Sejun's gym. 2 completely separate parts of his life, and neither of them ever should have touched. Today they did. Jaesung filled in for a coworker at a meeting, walked in and recognized the face across the table. Han Junwoo. Not a name that should exist inside a normal office building. Jaesung panicked, texted Sejun a fragment of a message, at our company, and went to a restroom to think it through. He never got to send the rest. Han Junwoo followed him in. What happens next is the scene you already watched. The urinal, the silence, the offer of an implant like it's a kindness. He doesn't do this because he's cornered. He does it because leaving a loose end alive is worse to him than the risk of beating one half to death in a company bathroom. He walks out cleaner than he walked in. The cleanup isn't his problem for long either. His stepbrother, the vice president, born to the family Han Junwoo was adopted into, finds out fast, and he's furious for reasons that have nothing to do with Jaesung. Move the body, fake an accident, scrub the CCTV. He says it like he's assigning homework, grabbing Han Junwoo by the collar to make sure it lands. Han Junwoo doesn't grab back. He just tells him flat that the greatest achievement in his stepbrother's entire life was being born as their father's first child. That's it. That's the whole insult, delivered like a fact nobody can argue with. Get Chief Kim to help if it's too much for you. I have no interest in this company. I'm only here because my father makes me. And my father wants me focused on one thing right now, the match. Sejun. The vice president stalks off calling him a son of a bitch, convinced Han Junwoo is digging his own grave. He's not entirely wrong. He's just wrong about which grave. That's the sentence that should worry everyone in this story, and only one person hears it. By the time Jaesung reaches surgery, the damage is already done, not just to his body, to everyone around him. The doctors say the operation went fine. They also say his face was hard to look at, and they can't promise when, or if, he wakes up cleanly. A passerby reportedly found him somewhere outside the building, not inside where it happened. The cover-up worked exactly the way it was supposed to. Hajin gets there and can't hold herself together. She's seen this before. A friend broken by people who don't answer for it. And the fear on her face isn't about Jaesung anymore. It's about who's next. Sejun doesn't say much. He's doing math nobody asked him to do. Jaesung had no connection to any of this. No debt, no history. Nothing that should have made him a target. Except one thing. Sejun trains at Ki Jiu-Jitsu. So did Jaesung. And somewhere in that overlap is the only reason anyone would go after a man who never hurt anybody. He doesn't share that theory with Soo-hyun. He sits with it alone, the way people do right before they make a decision nobody's going to like. Half a world away, Jason is having a different kind of conversation. He's already carved through a warehouse full of men who know more than they're saying, working a dealer who once made the mistake of crossing him, the same dealer who's currently missing an arm because of it. Jason wants two things: how the new drug is getting into the country and whether there's a cure. The dealer calls him a crazy bastard and negotiates for time like a man who understands exactly how little leverage he has left. 3 days. That's what he gets. Then Jason's phone rings. Soo-hyun, telling him about Jaesung, asking about Hajin in the same breath, because that's always the first name out of his mouth when something goes wrong. Protect her first, sort out the rest after. He's summoned somewhere else before he can finish processing it. A VIP wants to see him. Turns out the VIP is the President of the United States, greeting Jason like an old friend at a diner that isn't just a diner. Whatever history put those two men in the same room, it's the kind of history that gets someone killed for asking about it out loud. The president has requests, plural. None of them explained yet. Back in a shipping container somewhere less comfortable, Jungho is running his own version of Jason's interrogation, cornering a man who calls himself Team Leader Kang, though not the one anyone in Korea has met. This one talks fast, breaks fast, swears he'll tell Jungho everything he knows. Nobody said what that everything is yet. Back home, the fallout keeps stacking. Soo-hyun has no cure to offer, only smaller doses and time. In a jail cell states away, Lee Young-gun is falling apart from the same drug, hands shaking, eyes hollow, a preview nobody wants to look directly at, least of all Sejun, who's now taking the same substance just to keep pace with Han Junwoo. Hajin sees where this is heading before Sejun says it out loud. She tells him to stop trying to end this with his own two hands, to get out before it wrecks him the way it's wrecked everyone who came before him. He doesn't argue. He also doesn't stop. A cap pulled low, no sunglasses this time, a story about picking up a family member's belongings. Sejun walks into Han Junwoo's office building alone, using Jaesung's name to get past the front desk, taking an elevator up toward a man who just proved exactly what he's capable of doing to someone who gets in his way. Han Junwoo is at his desk, getting chewed out by a coworker who has no idea what he's talking to. The tap comes off. I finally found you.